again, I don't care, what everybody else says. If you want to pick the best 14, we're one of them.
Is the All-SEC schedule, the number of games you guys played, the number of games you won, is that, why you guys are
right? It's supposed to matter, and it should matter.
Thank you.
How would you respond to those who question whether or not A&M passes the eye test?
8 wins in the SEC. I want to see somebody else do it.
You've coached a championship team before. In your opinion, is this a championship caliber team that you have?
Yes, it is. It has the character. It has the quality. It has the ability. But more importantly, it has the dynamic. It has the personality. It has the inner will to do that. Listen, when you're winning championships, there's something different about those groups. That's not talent. Everybody gets about talent. Listen, when you get to that level, talent gets you there. Your character and your heart and your desire and your inner workings and who you are as a person is what puts you over the hump. This team has those characteristics. Now, I don't know if we'll win one, but it has the characteristics to win one and the opportunity. Should have the opportunity to win one.
And do you think that how many games you have played should matter in this conversation?
Yes, I do. That's what it said in the beginning. We said that in the beginning. That's what that is a big part of it. I mean, you're talking about, like right now, we're a month out there longer, the injuries, the bangs, the bruises, the practice, all that stuff matters. The political end of this thing, trying to get guys out there and they want to push their own schools to get up in there, is ridiculous. Put the best teams in it.
Pot here. And Jimbo, he has a case here, as we've talked about, and he made these comments. And people are thinking maybe it's Ohio State because Ohio State just played 6 games. He wasn't making it because Notre Dame was going on. This was before Notre Dame played. Now he may want to switch it as we take a look at the resumes and you see the strength of record, the strength of schedule, and where the Irish are with that one loss. Now, game control, that bottom line, Cincinnati raising their hand as well. Where are they in the conversation? Of these 4, they're the only ones that are undefeated. Booger, Mark, back here. Okay, let's go to this. Best win for Notre Dame. Clemson, North Carolina.
Yes.
Right? Best win for A&M. Florida, Auburn.
Yeah.
Bad loss, and that is 28 points to Alabama in week 2 by Texas A&M. Right. Bad loss, Notre Dame, what we just saw. Who gets in your mind?
I have a hard time putting Notre Dame in there. I know they're a bigger draw potentially, but and all these coaches are going to do their sell job. I know Coach was just doing it right there and criticizing other people for doing it, but Notre Dame just got smacked too late. It was too much, too late, too soon before they vote. Bad taste in everybody's mouth. My opinion, Texas A&M is in, Notre Dame is out.
I think eventually that we're going to have to bring Ohio State into this conversation at some point. I think the committee is going to sit down and look at Texas A&M, Notre Dame, and then compare it to Ohio State. But for sake of this conversation, as you compare Notre Dame with A&M, it depends. Are you a resume guy or you're an eye test? If you're a resume guy, Notre Dame's resume is better. Okay, you beat Clemson, you beat North Carolina. If you're an eye test guy, after watching that shellacking just now, and especially Texas A&M, there's never been a one-loss SEC team not make the playoff. You know why? That schedule in that conference is tough as all get out. So Jimbo has a point, and they've looked better. Their loss was earlier in the season, and early in the season gives you an opportunity to get better. Just like Clemson lost early in the season, they came back to revenge that loss. At the end of the day, I have a hard time putting a team in the playoff that's going to be played in a couple weeks that got embarrassed. Let's be honest, that game...
It's the timing, right?
That game was never close whatsoever. And I picked Notre Dame to win because I thought they were the better team, the more physical team. They got embarrassed tonight. And I just don't know if you can, as a committee, you can say the best 4 teams right now, and Notre Dame is one of them.
I agree.
All right, by the way, the largest loss by an eventual playoff team was 23 points. That is Georgia losing at Auburn. And right now we're seeing a team that just lost by 24 and debating another team that lost by 28. So we will see how this plays out. And, of course, we've got another key game tonight, and that is Alabama and Florida. And we'll see how Cincinnati plays out. Meanwhile, Oklahoma making a case at number 10. Now, Iowa State moving in the rankings up at number 6 here. But early on, Spencer Rattler, this guy's played a huge role. Hasheem Young, huge role. He was called out for targeting, so he's out after the second play of the game. And you see Matt Campbell was furious, and then Spencer Rattler on target. And you see the role there that Young knew that what he did was a big mistake. It's just tough for the kid, and there's Rattler to Marvin Mims.
And he just, they moved the pocket for him to the left a little bit. He looked off the safety and hit the post right behind him over the top. Great throw.
Yeah, you know, Iowa State trying to find some momentum here. Brock Purdy appears to make Oklahoma jump twice, but no offside is called. Iowa State forced to call a timeout, and look at that. Was he right? Was he in the right?
Well, I couldn't see. Did the defender make contact? Because it's not enough just to jump offside. You have to make contact, and so he was upset, and I would have been too.
That was a build-up, too, with the targeting call,
absolutely,
right? The second play of the game.
Yes.
You lose a guy like Young,
He's
and again,
still
look
hot.
at that. Still
I see you, Matt Campbell. Let him know how you feel.
As Purdy goes 23 yards, but this was the problem. Purdy and his decision-making, 3 costly picks.
It was bad. If you're going to make that throw, it has to be to the back pylon where your guy catches it or no one catches it at all.
Oklahoma, 17-7 with the lead. And again, they are playing some really good football. If we're going with the eye test and who's playing well right now, Oklahoma in the conversation. Breece Hall, he'll go in for the score. Iowa State made this a game late. But then, back to Purdy. It's 3rd and 11, Mark. You got another down. 1:14 left. You're down by only 6. You can't make this.
He's played too much football. He should know this on his own, and the coach has got to remind him. We got 2 downs to stay in this game and get 11 yards. You can't just lob one up like this.
Look at you rubbing off on Purdy, man.
Oh, wow. That's just low blow right Oklahoma wins 27-21. They're 7-0 since losing to Iowa State. 6th straight Big 12 title. And we talked about Ohio State. Chris Olave not playing in this game. 22 Buckeyes were out. Justin Fields and company taking on Northwestern. And it's Peyton Ramsey's legs. That's the story. 34 yards there. Big play from Northwestern. That would set up the direct snap and Cam Porter.
Nice play. The Wildcats getting the Wildcat formation. Caught the Buckeyes by surprise. And early on, you saw the physicality of this Northwestern team.
It's 7-3. No Olave, and you're in the red zone. He misses his favorite guy. What a pick by Brandon Joseph.
It is a great play. He does underthrow it. Just a tick.
A tick?
And we're talking a ball length.
Okay, good.
A ball length.
Okay.
All right, here's the problem, though. Northwestern had several opportunities. Their defense creating, but then their offense giving it right back in the season of gift giving. And Justin Hilliard with the pick. Huge play. Ensuing Ohio State drive. And you know what? My gift. This is your gift. Everybody gets a gift. Cameron Mitchell picks off Fields.
Talk about a miscommunication. Justin Fields, I know the sprained thumb came up a little later on, but he just seemed off all day long.
Yeah, he talked about he might have sprained his thumb, and you see Ryan Day. And then at that point, you know, the one thing we knew in this game while watching, Ohio State's line and Trey Sermon, the former Oklahoma Sooner, they were dominating.
And you see him celebrating, hitting his watch. It's about time. It's about time this kid's ready to play. And when he gets the ball, look out. This kid has home run potential. He ran all over the Northwestern Wildcats.
3-point game, though. Ramsey still has a chance, but Josh Proctor now. Fantastic play by the D-backs here in this game. Another turnover, and then Sermon. Again, this guy had 344 rushing yards entering the game on the season. How about going for 331 and Day realizing just give it to the hot guy?
It took him too long. He should have been doing this all day. I told Mark, if they throw the ball one more time in the 4th quarter, it's a problem.
Such a defensive guy. Just run the ball and play defense.
They couldn't stop it.
They couldn't stop him. Look at it. I mean, Sermon was a man on a mission.
Preach.
Again, 331 yards, breaking Eddie George school record. And, yeah, we heard the joke. We got it. Mark's really proud of that joke. He gave that to us earlier. Ohio State wins 22-10. Again, look at the numbers. I mean, he passes Zeke, well past Zeke for the Big Ten championship rushing record in a game. Ohio State, again, close game. They only win by 12 here at 6-0. There are 2 arguments, and we're hearing this from a lot of coaches talking about this. They haven't played enough games. Not Ohio State's fault. That is a COVID issue and a pandemic, right? But it is still a storyline. And Trey Sermon looked fresh, right? Really when you're not playing a lot of games, you could be fresh in December. That is a big deal.
It is a big deal. And you heard the coach at Texas A&M.
Jimbo.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Jimbo, sorry. Yeah. He's going on about, hey, we went through all these games. We fought the fight. We've managed to stay healthy and take those bumps and bruises along the way and play a full resume schedule. So he kind of shot at Ohio State saying, hey, these 6-0 teams, if you're going to put them in, we're in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's tough to say 6-0 gets you there.
You know, when you talk about Ohio State, it is a little bit their fault because their commissioner, Kevin Warren, chose to start the season when they did. So they could have started earlier when they...
Oh, Buckeye fans are going to be like, not our fault, right?
But they could have started. The conference could have started earlier.
Yep.
when you look at Ohio State, some other teams have stumped their toe in some games that we thought maybe they would win. Florida, 20-point favorites against LSU.
Yes.
They got beat. So is there a minimum number of games you have to play? I don't know it's a minimum number. If you put Ohio State in, here's what you're saying. We believe in your program. We believe in your recruiting. Because they haven't shown us on the field through 6 games that they were a dominant. Even today against Northwestern, who was clearly outmanned by Ohio State, they didn't dominate that game. No. So if they get into the playoff, you're putting them in based on the Buckeye logo, based on their recruiting, because I don't know if I've seen enough. And if that's the case, that's okay. Just let us know why you're putting them in.
We're going to have to see that transparency from the committee, of course, and we'll see that help.